Hello, hola, and buenas, buenas. Welcome back to La Cuna Galaxiana, a podcast made with love. On tonight's episode, we'll look at the LA Galaxy's upcoming home match against the Houston Dynamo on Saturday, May 23rd for match day 15, the last match day before the World Cup break. Can the Galaxy sign off with the win? We'll take a look at how the Galaxy can keep Houston's attack quiet, if they can recreate their performance for Seattle, and if they can ruin a former G's homecoming. Plus, Captain Yoshida prepares to say goodbye to the international game. All of that and more coming up on La Cuna Galaxiana. DJ, you know what to do. Spin that track. G's up.
Yeah, let's get it started with a new year, new me. Cuna Galaxiana still reporting on the news feed, yeah. And you know who it be, the 6 stars from the jersey, putting work in the league. Word on the street, we rip teams immaculately. We see the players come and go, but I'm forever a G. And you can catch me yelling tactics on the field when I leave. Get it together like I'm Vanney when I'm giving a speech. Back to the pitch, score goals, dribbling tricks. I heard a transfer window rumor, let me see who it is. I got statistics on the player, puzzle pieces that fit. Con este show que es tan bilingüe que tu papi lo ve. Rápido pues, hablando de este club otra vez. En las buenas y en las malas, we got love for the crest, love for LA. Let's get it started, light up the stage. Every week on Monday night I'm tuning into the place. Yeah, you know what it is. Es La Cuna Galaxiana, 4th season, Rob Ananda. And my name, ya te lo sabes.
Welcome back to La Cuna Galaxiana, a podcast always made with love for all you LA Galaxy fans out there, wherever you may be in the world. Hopefully it's treating you nicely. And for all you soccer fans out there, the season of fun is almost upon you. The World Cup is right around the corner. Guys, I'm one of your co-hosts today. Can't talk. Wow, already we're off to a good start today, folks. Goneros, bear with us. It's the last one. We have a lot of emotions before the break, and that's why I can't talk. But anyway, I'm one of your co-hosts, Rob Halone. You can find my written work at the Sporting Tribune, and you can find me online at El Escudero de LA. And since I'm here, you know what I'm going to say next. He's here as well, my co-host, as usual, El Yerno Guapo, y El Gitano Perdido, El Papá de Natita. That's the most important one, to be honest, for damn sure. And a recent champion, Ananda Kirana. Papa, how you feeling?
Champions again, ole ole. Champions again, ole. 22 years, Papa. I'm sorry, I gotta get on this tip just for a second. 22 years. This is like, imagine Galaxy fans if the Decade of Doom was twice as long and maybe 5 times as painful. That's how I feel today, at least as an Arsenal fan. So, City, you bottled it, and North London and England is red again. So there you go. That's all I got to say. Nothing enough to say. Well, we did it all on the pitch. We talked on the pitch.
Congratulations to my mate and my co-host, Ananda Kirana. He is a champion with Arsenal, and that's lovely, man. 22 years is wonderful. But it's like I told you, keep it warm, because we're coming for it. The Carrick Army rolls on, and so we'll see what's up next year. But yes, congratulations and good luck in that European final as well. The unprecedented double could be on the way. Would that be the first Champions League?
Yep.
Wow, what a
Arsenal,
year for Arteta.
It would be a historic year. It's funny, man. We'll talk about it maybe a little bit later, but if I think about it like philosophically and pick this apart, like there's some parallels between Arteta and Greg Vanney, which I might bring up during a discussion. But anyways, yeah, man, just scenes, and the double could be on, which is a wild thing to think about. But PSG is another that is must see TV. I think even for a neutral, that's going to be a very, very interesting game.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a cracker for sure.
Cracker.
Well, just like tonight, it's going to be a cracker tonight because it's the last preview before the stop of the season. I mean, it's kind of weird to say this has never happened before. So
Literally.
Yeah, I mean, we are having our last preview show before the MLS season comes to a pause for 2 months. What will we do with ourselves? Well, we got some stuff for coming for y'all, but until then, we just want to say thank you as usual for being here with us. We do appreciate it. If you were one of the 800 plus subscribers to this show, we thank you so much. Do us a favor, put someone on, someone that you know, someone that you love. Go ahead and let them know about the show. Though, I mean, they might have fun. Who knows? And then you guys can take in the show together and make some memories. If you guys want to get something off your chest, like I got a lot to say today, I think. If you guys got something to say too, put those super chats out there. We'll hit them up. We'll discuss them. If you want to, just get not even an answer question, not even a question answered, but just like some random comment that's been bothering you, go ahead and hit that super chat up. You know what to do. If you got something in your heart, let it out. And then yeah, guys, I can confirm that we are on Blue Sky. I did hard-hitting investigative journalism, and I did find out that we are on Blue Sky. So yes, catch the 15-part expose about that dropping in the Guardian pretty soon. And Ananda, do you have anything else to add?
Yeah, just some quick housekeeping. You guys can follow me, block me, or stalk me at Ananda Galaxiana. You can find us on all of your socials at Lacuna Galaxiana, the name of the show. Pretty simple there. And just for show programming, since I see it in the comments, Tom, we are going to have some World Cup editions of Lacuna. Stay tuned for Rob and I are literally like meeting about that, discussing on what the show format's going to be. It's going to be a little bit varied, of course, with a bit of Galaxy flavor to it. And
Vibes.
yeah, we will announce that as we get closer. I mean, next week, really, because next Monday is going to be the reaction to Houston. And then we are basically off. And so we will give you announcements.
Well, hold on now. Are we not going to bring the people like a first half progress report? I mean, are we not going to tell them, like what was good, what was bad about the first half? Like,
yeah,
who did well, who didn't like measure up to expectations, like we got to give the people that, man. Like, but no, I think there's, definitely some World Cup editions, and then we gotta do that progress report, sure. But on Monday we'll have a reaction for you as usual. Then probably Thursday we'll do our progress report, and then Jesus, Tom, the world is our oyster, and so at that point, and I've been thinking about it because we've been talking about this. What does Lacuna World Cup edition look like? And
first edition,
I was like, we should do it exactly opposite of what we do now. Put like no prep into it and just sit down and vibes, and just see what
all
happens.
feelings, no facts.
Yeah. Do the next out, and then just like have bottles of whiskey and just like I said, really anti
there goes
Lacuna Galaxy edition.
Yeah, there goes season 5 out the door.
So they're like, well, they were on a good run, and then they decided to do the World Cup thing.
Then they botched it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, botched it, and then they bottled it in City.
There you go. I like it. You said it. I didn't. So brownie points for you. But yeah, so stay tuned for that, guys. We'll make announcements on all of our socials, on YouTube, etc. So stay tuned for that. And of course, papá, como siempre, antes de olvidarme, buenos días, tardes o noches, y bienvenidos a otro capítulo de La Cuna Galaxiana. What episode are we on, by the way? I lost count. We're in the 300.
280.
Two something.
280.
Ooh.
We're almost at 300. I mean, yeah.
We're so close.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna get us canceled during the World Cup session, so
that's fair.
Who knows if we make 300?
That's fair.
Yeah.
But really quick, man, before you jump into any of the shout outs or announcements, which we'll get to in a second, before you get us canceled even longer or even more, want to say what's up to all of our people in chat. So what's up, Rocio, Nightmare, Tom's in the house, Cool Will's in the house. Thank you, Papa. Yeah, Sir Dave's in the house as well. So thank you guys, of course, for joining us. And let's talk a little Galaxy, Baba. Let's get in the shout outs.
I just want to say, chat, I don't know much but I know how I love you. Anyway, yeah, let's get into it. Shoutouts. Man, you're gonna be there. Tell us about this Aitana Bonmati thing, man. From I feel like I've talked about it a lot, but you've been kind of like close to the chest about it, and I want to hear what like you're excited about this experience, because you're gonna be out there, you're gonna be like in the great one's presence, man. So I mean, what's up with this?
Yeah, like I said, I've always been, if you guys haven't noticed, just like, the things that Rob and I present, like I'm kind of more of like the data analytics, coaching tactics. I love all that stuff, even like soft things like leadership and how to motivate and how to manage. And there's so many things. And I think I'm just most interested in number one, just like how do you transmit all these cool principles from the best player in the world and some of the best coaches out there with their licenses. And I mean, remember guys, all these coaches are going to be UEFA licensed. Like, how do they approach the game? What is not only their philosophy, but how do they transmit that to these kids? Right. And so, you look at it on screen there, it's not just the technique and the skills, it's how you develop as an athlete, how you take care of yourself, and most importantly, character. I think that's something you've talked about. That's something that, I think probably separates the good from the great. And so, yeah, man, of course, I'm excited to, hopefully meet Aitana, get to chop it up with her a bit, and all like the Spanish-based coaches out there. So it's super fun. Highly encourage. I mean, guys, like, when are you going to have your little one coached by the best player in the world? Literally, like, no, not Messi, not Ronaldo, Aitana Bonmati. So there you go.
Palabra, fool. Anyway, did you tell me about the code?
I mean, no, because you're the sales guy on this one. I'll give it to you. I'm gonna pop it on the screen there.
Guys, we do have a code.
You're my sales rep.
Yeah, well, I mean, hey guys, now we have an exciting offer for you. No, Lacuna 26, guys. If you're gonna go, and you should, if your little one plays, this is the ideal place for them to be. If you are gonna take them, we have a code, $50 off, Lacuna 26. It is there on the screen. Use it. I mean, save yourself some money. And it's a smart thing to do. More info at usaitanabormaticamp.com. You heard me. Man, I'm bummed out I'm gonna miss this, to be honest. Like, I was supposed to be working this with Ananda, and I'm gonna be in Nueva York. So yeah, man, I'm bummed out. I'm gonna be missing this. All right, so moving along here, Ananda, this man named David Beckham was signed to the Galaxy, and it ushered in a new era of the history of the Galaxy, including new colors, new jerseys, new logotypes, crests, and everything. And now, according to Footy Headlines, anyway, Adidas is set to drop a new Beckham era third kit. So if you remember your Galaxy history, these are what the Beckham era Galaxy home kits looked like. One sash there, so you might get that sash back. So the third kit will look something like this. So it's a safe bet it'll be white. Maybe a sash, maybe not. Who knows? Ananda, I have a vintage era Beckham that I never wear. Because it's too tight. Parezco morcilla, and yeah, that one's gangster. Yeah, man. Yeah, exactly.
My favorite one.
You know your history, sir. Props to you. All right, moving along here. VCFC news. They didn't play, no, but we got to put you up on game. We got to remind you that they are playing against Tacoma Defiance on Friday, May 22nd. That's away at 7 p.m. So go ahead and check it out. When they are back home, go ahead and check them out at the Willie Roll. Staying with VCFC, Dylan Vanney signed with VCFC, according to my colleague Damien Calhoun. He has signed a pro contract with VCFC. Congratulations to him. I mean, we saw him at the CVI. He didn't look out of place for sure. Maybe a tad bit small compared to everybody else, but of course the lad is 16. So what are you going to expect? Or maybe it's 17 now.
Pretty built, I think, for a 16-year-old. To be fair, I saw him recently in the sort of the
in the weight room, dog.
No, what do you call it? Like the galleys or like the alley, like the walkways, or in within Dignity Health Sports Park. I saw him walking around, and man, he's filled out. He got taller. Looks like he doesn't look out of place to me. Not yet.
Yeah, and he's a good little player, man.
Very
Anyway,
good.
like the benefit of this is that now he can be brought up on those short-term loans that we've seen,
Yep.
players like Gersma be brought up on. Who else have we seen? Like we've seen Pepe Magana be brought up on those short-term loans
Oh,
as well.
you mean this lad right here?
Oh, that guy! What, man? Why do I look asleep? What?
We're all smiling. We're all smiling.
Okay. So I'm just my heart is full, and I have all the joy in me, and so I look asleep. Right on. All right. Well, yeah. Guys, if you hadn't heard, we do have an interview with Pepe Magana coming out for you soon. So go ahead and check that out when it does drop. Wonderful lad. You could tell how much he wants to do well, and he wants to make people proud, and he wants to do well for the shirt, and he spoke constantly about trying to learn and keep on learning and keep on trying to get better, soaking up like all those lessons that people are giving him. So definitely check that one out. I've been tracking Pepe for a couple years now, and I mean, I would be very surprised if at some point he doesn't make it onto the first team. Hopefully Pepe will get those 5 minutes. Guys, check it out. That's all I got to say on that one. And we have told you that MLS All-Star voting is now open. Send your favorite Galaxy player to the All-Star game in Charlotte on July 29th, or don't. Up to you. I know some of you Galaxy fans have that thing where you're like, no, don't vote for Galaxy players. But
Yep.
Like I said, I personally think it's kind of prestigious to have a couple of Galaxy players at the All-Star game. And let's be honest, the Don will probably just call up Royce anyway.
Fair.
So did you say fair?
Yep. Absolutely. I can see it.
Yeah. I mean, and
to be fair, he's been really good this year, though. So
yeah, and he would be justified in doing so, honestly. All right, so get ready, y'all, because on May 23rd, the Galaxy are taking you to Star Wars night, and it's going to be awesome.
It's a galaxy far, far away.
Yeah, no. But this is a cool combo, man, because it's Star Wars night, and then it's also going to be Pubs at the Pitch. So I personally want to see some doggies dressed as like Ewoks and Chewbacca and Arturito, and so yeah, like this doggy right here. But dressed as like a Star Wars character, that'd be pretty effing ill. So it is Star Wars night, guys. Soccer Fest is going to be there. There's going to be a Grogu photo op, and then the poster giveaway is happening once again. Man, I got to learn how to pronounce this, man. I'm not cool enough to know how to pronounce this. And what is this? BLK SRS? Yeah, like how do you pronounce this, Ananda? Do you know? Because
I don't know.
You're more up on
Black SARS, maybe Blacks. I don't know. I was gonna say Black SARS, but I was like, SARS probably. We don't want to say that. So, anyways, I'm gonna leave it at that. BLK SRS.
Yeah, no, but this is like ever since we've been doing the show. I mean, they've collaborated with him to do this poster, right?
Yep. Yeah. This is a sick poster. I think they did this last year too. Like really, really sick poster. This is a collector's item for sure.
Yeah, no, this one is.
And speaking of collector's items, this is a huge one as well.
Los Cromos. Hey, man. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I'm not really up on game on these. Apparently, like from the Minister of Finance, wifey tells me that these are like the Panini books are hot. Yeah, they're hot in South America. Like pretty much everywhere. Like, from Mexico down to. It's like the biggest thing, and I was like, nah, it wasn't really a thing for me. But I see everybody go crazy for him, and right now, you can get your sticker book at the next Galaxy match. First 15,000 fans get the Panini FIFA World Cup 26 sticker book. and at that point, you got to start collecting. So good luck to you. May the odds be ever in your favor, guys. I did mention the Pubs at the Pitch, just really quick. That is $35 and perm tickets, and that $35 includes perm tickets and a doggy pass. So go ahead and take your pooches. I mean, honestly, like I'll probably pay more attention to your doggies in the game at that point, but we gotta
pass by at halftime. We gotta pass by.
I'm okay with that if you are. So
we're gonna report on that at halftime.
Exactly. They're gonna be like, "How's the game? What? There's a game? Crazy."
Exactly.
Congratulations to Don Maya Yoshida, because he has been called up to the Japanese national team once again for the 2026 Korean Challenge Cup. Japan will be playing Iceland on Sunday, May 31st in Tokyo at Japan National Stadium. And this is expected to be his swan song, right? Like he's expected to kind of, wave farewell to the international game. It's going to be his goodbye match. So 140 appearances in a long storied international career. And this is the first time in 4 years that he's actually been called up for his country. So a really nice tribute by the Japan national team for Maya. I can't wait to see him.
Really cool,
man. Okay, I bets right now because we've been covering him now for a little bit, and like he always does stuff that surprises me. Like he'll crack jokes that are like super. Like guys, understand that Maya is the funniest fool ever. Like he'll say some shit like off the cuff, like low key, and then it's like, wow, Maya, like that was really fucking funny.
Well, and he'll do like, so in the mixed zones, especially when we have that opportunity, Maya will usually, even if like he won't be being interviewed, like he's not one of the interview subjects, but he'll walk by and he'll look at us and just be like he'll pretend like he just does like funny things like that. He's just a wonderful human being, honestly. Like I maybe that like makes me a bit biased towards him when he has a bad game and stuff, and I see like fans slating it. But the thing I always admire about Maya is he's always forthright and honest, and he's accountable. He's always accountable, always shows up. You guys always ask for him post match, and he 9 times out of 10 will show up. So he's just a true professional, and that's really cool that the Japanese team is doing this, by the way. Really, really awesome.
Yeah, no, it's a beautiful tribute. Like I said, I opened this whole little thing about him being just like really surprising and a gentleman and stuff like that, because I started thinking to myself, like, this is a beautiful tribute that they're doing. Like I can see him like crying, but then I was like, will he cry? Like, yeah, he's, like I said, he's very surprising, right? And so like maybe he'll just be very stoic about it, or like, anyway, chat, if you had to guess, will Maya cry at his?
I feel like he did when we went
at his honor.
I think he will. Yeah, I think he will.
Did he? I don't know. Like it was that day was such a blur, man.
I'm like you would know better than me because you're in the locker room.
Yeah, no. Oh, in the locker room, no one was crying. In the locker room, everyone was just going ham. Bro, do you know that Ricky was riding around in a beer cooler?
We saw that. We saw that.
Yeah, bro. Like they were like pushing that for like, and I was like, por Dios, está lesionado. Like, cuidado. Jesus Christ. Anyway, the U.S. Open Cup semifinals are now set, guys. Orlando City versus Columbus Crew, and St. Louis City versus Colorado Rapids. St. Louis City makes it in after beating the Galaxy's next opponent, Houston. 4 teams left. Ananda, do you have a dog in this fight, or is there one team that you would like to see win?
How about Colorado for our friend, our good friend Matt Pollard?
The straw. Yeah.
They need a slice of luck. They need something. They need something for that organization. So
that'd be cool. Well, hey, look at that. If Colorado does win that trophy, then Arsenal wins a trophy. Colorado wins a trophy. Kroenke happy. Kroenke happy, man.
Yep. Absolutely.
Ooh, shout out to Kroenke, huh? His soccer team just won that championship. About to do that double. Crazy. Anyway, speaking of things that are crazy, we might be entering a novella here. If you guys have been watching the show, if you guys have been tracking international soccer news, then it's no secret that Casemiro is leaving Manchester United. And the big rumor was that he was being courted by Inter Miami and the Galaxy. Well, now per Tom Berger and Paul Tenorio, it seems like Inter Miami is the preferred destination for Casemiro. The Brazilian international has let both teams know, and Inter Miami is closing in on a deal with the Brazilian international. So since the Galaxy has his discovery rights, this one could get interesting. But yeah, like we mentioned, he has let Inter Miami know that he wants to go there. But since Galaxy has his discovery rights, they did make multiple offers, and it doesn't seem like it they were able to convince him. But Galaxy is in the driving seat on this one, guys, because they do have the discovery rights. And if you remember, the Galaxy were made to pay around $400K to Charlotte for Marco Reus. And that was in GAM, obviously. And at that point, everybody knew that Marco Reus wasn't going to come in and be or wasn't supposed to be an everyday starter, and he was more of a non-DP player, but like a luxury one, right? And so anyway, I think they're probably going to be able to command more than $400K. Obviously, neither team has an open DP spot, so these guys are going to pull that, we'll sign you as a TAM and, increase you next year to a DP, give you an extra year on the end of the deal kind of thing. You guys know how these deals go down. But yeah, it looks like Casemiro is going to Inter Miami pending successful negotiation with the Galaxy. Like I said, $400K for Reus, which means should be an easy $500K and above for Casemiro. And I see Joe Thirteen say $1 million in caps. Yeah, drag these fools, extort them for everything. They want them to pay up. No, Doc, I'm being serious. They want them to pay up. Like, they have the funds. Like, here's the thing. You know very well that in England there's a United tax, right? Teams deal with United, and they always try to extract a little bit more money because it's United. Same thing here. We always know that teams negotiate with the Galaxy a little bit heavier, a little bit harder with the referees. So it's like it's their turn to do it right back, and they have absolutely no reason to be kind. And Miami wants them. Casemiro wants to go. Pay up. Quite simple.
Yeah, I think they'll find it. I think they'll find a sweet spot between like 400 and $1 million. I also think that I also don't think that Will Kuntz wants to drive such a hard bargain that the Galaxy get this label of being bullies in the market, and when we want something, then teams will play hardball with us, kind of thing. So I think there is going to be a fine line, but this is interesting, man. I was just thinking of it from and this is a question for you guys in chat too. Like, is he actually a better fit in Miami than he is in the Galaxy? We talked about this with Lex a little bit in terms of, does Casemiro actually fill a position of need for the Galaxy? But you look at that Inter Miami team. I mean, in the end, well, let me preface it with this. Messi coaches that team. Messi is the general manager of that team. Like, I'm sorry, no one can convince me otherwise. So what you're looking for players around Messi is just to be a shield for him, basically, right? So for him to do his thing and make sure you've got guys like DePaul, previously Sergio Busquets, right? Players like that would just become a shield. So do the dirty work, have runners go past them, as we saw in their cup run last year. And so I don't know, like, I feel like Casemiro does that job to a T. And the other thing is, Casemiro clearly seems like it's a guy that Messi respects. You know how much sort of clout Messi has on that team. He's got to respect you, otherwise, you're going to be on the naughty side or on the bench, and you probably won't be on the team. That's just how it is, right? In that team, he runs the show. So I just think it makes a lot more sense for Miami. In if I look at this logically, right? I'm not sure he's the best fit for a Galaxy. You've made that point before. I said, look, you bring in that type of player, you figure out how to fit him in. But on paper, I think this is a better fit for Miami. So this deal might work out to where it's a win-win-win. Like all parties win in the situation.
I think the Galaxy dodge a bullet here.
Yeah.
I honestly do. Like I think this is like a blessing in disguise. Casemiro says, "Hey, I want to go to Miami." I was never convinced. I mean, he had a fine season here with United. Yeah, I mean, probably like everybody's talking about like a renaissance season. He's still a good player, but he's going to come here and he's not going to find it as easy as you know, like people always say it is. You know, like DePaula was talking about it yesterday in an interview, how everybody thinks that the level in MLS is way lower than it actually is. So I don't know. I just don't see him, to your point, being a good fit with the Galaxy. Like we've talked about it a bunch of times. Like not only is he himself not a tactical fit within this team or within Greg Vanney's system, but the Galaxy don't need another defensive midfielder, or if they do, they have to clean shop of their defensive midfielders that they have. What they actually need is an attacking midfielder, and we've talked about that a million times. And you know, speaking of that,
yeah, I was gonna say, chat, let us know if you agree with that. But I don't know, that like we keep getting linked to these players, and it's making me wonder now about the status of Edwin Cerillo, even guys like Elijah Winder on this team, because we're linked to another Bundesliga star.
Yes, ahí está Mahmoud Dahoud, Eintracht Frankfurt midfielder. And I didn't know this, but apparently he and Marco Reus are really good friends. Obviously, you know, they play together at Dortmund, but apparently they boys, man, like they are really close. So apparently, you know, Dahoud's been sounding Reus out about a transfer, and I mean, Agent Royce, apparently. I guess the latest, however, is he's not ready to come to the U.S. yet. So I don't know how effective Agent Royce is being, but he can play as a center midfielder or as a defensive midfielder. So, again, another defensive midfielder being linked. So more doubts for Cerillo, but Dahoud, 15 appearances, 2 goals, 3 assists this season. And again, we get back to the question, just like we had with Casemiro. Does this actually fit a position of need? Ananda, we have plenty of midfielders, and you know, we have defensive midfielders. Does this fill a position of need? And does this kind of does this tell you that, you know, perhaps some of these players are on their way out?
Yeah, that's the interesting part to me, is that all these links are in that sort of DM / central midfield position. So you look at guys like Lucas Sanabria, Elijah Winder, Edwin Cerillo, even guys like further down the pecking order, arguably like Isaiah Parente, right? Even those guys. And so look, again, I don't know, like I didn't listen to Corner of the Galaxy at all to get a gauge from Josh in terms of like how he ranks these. Is it hot, like the 0 to 5 kind of thing? But from again, the biggest question is like, why are we getting linked to all these players? And to your point, why are we not getting linked more to attacking players or attacking midfielders? Because I feel like whether it's ball progressors or guys that, again, not a Ricky Puig clone, but you know, again, this is a pipe dream, but you look at a player like Bernardo Silva, who has the technical ability, the technical security, along with the ball progression, along with execution in the final third, like versatility, like position versatility. I would have thought that the Galaxy would get linked to more players like that. But let me give you a little thing that I found, Rob, online about Dahoud. This was on Brighton's website, by the way, because he was picked up by Brighton, I believe, in the 2024 season, 2023 season. I don't know if it was on loan or what, but there's a mini scouting report on him that says, you know, and this was the previous years now in Borussia Dortmund. So 22, 23, and the previous years before that. They talk a lot about his progressive passing. He averaged 6.3 progressive passes per 90, second most of any Dortmund player. This is from the 22-23 season. Topped the charts in through balls, ranked third for switches of play, as well as dribble success rate. So he is clearly a very technical player. It almost sounds like he's a deep lying playmaker. And maybe Vanney's. So again, now I'm looking at that archetype.
Because they need ball progressors.
Casemiro's fits that archetype to a T. Like basically that's like the Xabi Alonso archetype, right? Like he can hold down the number 6 by him or himself and spray balls left and right, get the team from defense to offense quickly. And so I look at those like archetypes and I'm like, that's interesting. Like maybe that's somewhere we're deficient. But again, like that's kind of an indictment on Edwin Cedillo, in my opinion. So, man, these links over the summer, I think, are going to be interesting. And then, of course, when the transfer window opens, I want to say 2 days after the World Cup ends, it'll be really interesting. The other thing I want to throw into the mix here, too, is TM brought up a really good point. And I heard this. I was listening to the guys, shout out Doyle, David Goss, and Tom and the Stash on Soccer Wise. And they brought up this, which is, what if the Galaxy, instead of Gam, asked for Yannick Bright? Like, can you do like a little like NBA type style trade where you ask for a guy like Yannick Bright, a very, very bright prospect, no pun intended, in that DM position or in that center midfield position? Interesting thought. Very interesting thought. TM brings up the same thing.
I don't hate that idea. I don't hate that idea.
Yeah.
But at that point, you have to look at it. How old is Bright?
Good question. I can look at that, but I mean, early 20s, right? If I had to guess.
Yeah. Because I mean, you got to look at the whole U22 designation and stuff like that.
24 years of age.
Oh, man, that's not gonna work. Anyway, no, I don't hate that idea. I don't hate the proposition, but something interesting to look at. But anyway, guys, let's break into this 400k and Bright. I don't hate it. Let's go to this game preview here. Hopefully we don't end up hating Sunday as a result of the Galaxy's performance. LA versus Houston. Let's take a look at the historical record here. The Galaxy hold a 14-15-12 record in 14 regular season matches against the Dynamo, and that includes a 7-5-8 record at the digs. So decent. They've lost only 3 of 16 home meetings against Houston. Last year, they tied twice at 1. In the first one, Lucas Sanabria got a stoppage time equalizer, an injury time goal that just was one of those, probably one of the high points of the season. And then Diego Fagundes scored a tying goal in the second match.
Shout out
that happened in the digs. Yeah, shout out Diego. Houston is in 6th. We'll tell you a little bit more about that. And their last 6 away matches produced 26 total goals, over 4 goals a game. So I expect there to be goals in this one. And on an interesting tidbit, really nothing to do with the game technically or tactically or anything like that, but this will be the first game ever to be shot entirely on an iPhone 17 Pro. And no, we're not getting any money from Apple for plugging that. I just thought it was interesting that this will be shot entirely on an iPhone. And I'm not even an iPhone user, but I wonder what that's actually going to look like. We're not going to be able to see it until later because we'll be at the match. But man, it's pretty interesting, right?
Interesting little tidbit too. My camera stream on Laguna Galaxiana is shot on an iPhone 17 Pro. So there you go, guys. You get a little preview of what it'll look like. No, I'm saying like my video stream on Laguna Galaxiana is shot on an iPhone 17 Pro. So there you go.
There we go. So you guys got it. Like you said, you guys got a preview here. Let's look at where the Galaxy and Houston are in the standings. The Galaxy is in 9th place in a playoff spot after 14 matches, 19 points, 1.36 points per game, a 5-4-5 record, 21 goals for, 21 goals against. Guys, they just got a shutout, which leads me to believe that they won't get another one because this team has not kept consecutive clean sheets in almost 2 years. They had a run of 3 straight shutouts in June of 2024 in that magical championship year. But since then, not 2 games in a row, no shutouts. So let's see if they can do it again, if they can reproduce that performance against Seattle. Houston, on the other hand, 13 matches in 6th place. They do have a game in hand over some teams. 21 points, 1.62 points per game, 7-6-0 record. Ananda, they have not tied all season, and don't expect them to against the Galaxy either. 18 goals for, 22 goals against, a -4 goal differential. And what's interesting about these two teams, Ananda, is their form, right? I mean, they both share that they've won 3 out of their last 5. Do you want to tell us a little bit more about this form here for these two teams?
Yeah, well, it's interesting because the thing that when I looked at this and when I was like prepping, I was like, this totally reminds me of the question that you asked Vanney about consistency, right? Because yeah, over the last, you see all those like tie win loss, LTL, like, you know, all that, but then you look at these two teams in the last 5 and it's the same record, 3 out of the last 5 wins. And from a Houston perspective, very impressive wins, Rob, against 1-0 home win against Vancouver, 4-1 away win. I'm sure we all love that at BMO Stadium. And then, you know, an impressive home win against Colorado, like all very good teams, all playoff teams. Yes, they did get blown out. Away loss to RSL, but RSL is always a very, this year they've been a very, very tricky team to play against. But, you know, unfortunately, this is the one thing, though, they did, and you talked about this at the top of the show when you talked about the U.S. Open Cup semifinalists. Unfortunately, they are on the back of a disappointing defeat, going out on penalties against St. Louis City SC after a 2-2 draw. So, but yeah, I mean, but the thing is, like, you know, I look at this from the Galaxy's perspective, Rob. I mean, I think Vanney has a little bit of a point, I guess. 3 out of 5 wins. Like, if you look at it in that way, like, look, SKC shouldn't have been a loss. Really, both SKC ties shouldn't have been losses. But 3 out of 5 wins, I mean, I would take that. Like, I would be pretty happy about that. Like, I just wish one of them should have been a win, or maybe like 2 ties, maybe unbeaten in 5, or, you know, maybe that sounds a little bit better. But okay, Vanney. Like, I can see your point. I see why you got a little miffed at Rob.
Well, later we'll talk about why I don't think that he's justified it. And actually, Matt Doyle in his rankings kind of backs me up. I mean, here's the Galaxy's last 10 results, right? Loss, win, loss, draw, loss, win, draw, win, loss, win. Notice how I didn't hit anything with like a win, win, loss, loss, right. Win. No, it's all over the board. Just like Matt Doyle, there's no rhyme or reason to the form, which is, I'm sorry, if that's not the very definition of inconsistent, then I don't know what is. Like, I mean, I don't think it's wrong to say that they're inconsistent when the evidence is there. Sure, in the last 6 they've, you know, won, you know, 3 out of the last 6, and you know that their play has improved, so maybe the play is getting better, and it's consistently getting better, but the form itself is inconsistent. So anyway, I'm miffed that he's miffed, because I mean the data is very clearly there. Like, I'm gonna keep on harping on this one, and Matt Doyle agrees with me.
Yeah. Did you say what he said about the Galaxy? I think that the thing that got me was, I just see mid. Like, that's exactly what he said in his assessment. And so chat, like, he put the Galaxy as 13th in his power rankings. MLS.com also has the G's at 13th. ESPN has them 9th. So do you agree with that? And that right now the Galaxy are just mid. One thing I'll do to like close out this discussion in terms of like your just slight disagreement with Vanney, what I will say is, maybe I can
slight disagreement. We're gonna dance battle later, dog.
You're gonna, jeez. my mind just went to like all those like Red Bull dancing competitions and like Jabberwockies and stuff. Anyways,
well, you've never seen Greg bust those flares and those up rocks, homie?
I saw him dance at the trophy celebration, you know, the day after. So
yeah,
JP.
exactly.
But no, like the only thing I'll say to that is, I think he may have a point with the results, right? 3 out of 5 wins. That's pretty good. But I would argue that I think the more important thing, maybe this is what you're reacting to, and maybe this is just said in a different way. The performances haven't been consistent enough. And I think that's where the Galaxy need to get. That's the next strata, the next level, the next gear the Galaxy need to go to is consistent performances. Because I think the performances have been up and down. Like, how can you get a performance and a result like that away at Seattle, but then you do what you did against SKC, right? Against the worst team in the league and maybe in MLS history. So I think that's where I would that's my lens on it, is like, we need to see more consistent performances, and hopefully that breeds results as well.
All right, dog. I see you got Greg's back. It's all good. It's all good.
I'm still disagreeing. No, I was gonna say I'm still disagreeing. Like I would say like results. Okay, I'll meet you halfway there. But result or performances, they've got to be more consistent.
Yeah, no, definitely. Well, you know who can give me some advice about disagreeing with public figures is their Profe Alex Ruiz. Anyway, shout out to him. The Galaxy will go into this match with Julian Aude back for the Galaxy. He is now available. Emilio Garces is out until the World Cup, and he's nursing that toe that he's been nursing for a cool minute. He had been in and out of the lineup because of that toe, if you guys remember, and now it looks like he is not going to feature in the Galaxy's last game of the first half of the season. And other than Klaus, it's Klaus and Garces and Ricky Puig, but everybody knows that one for the year. So that's about it. Greg has everybody else available. And then on the Houston side, we have Tiari Samasuku. He got concussed, Ananda. I didn't even hear about that one, to be honest. But that I'm really glad that they have the concussion protocol now in MLS. Jimmy Marr, also a head injury, and Lucas Halter, leg. And so I guess the big question is, man, I mean, if we're calling the Galaxy inconsistent for their form, and Houston has very much the same form, winning 3 out of the last 5 and stuff like that, what can you expect from Houston?
Yeah, well, again, shout out to Matt Doyle, because we, doing the research on this game, when I looked at how he describes Houston, he talked about it in his power rankings. Again, if you guys haven't subscribed to Tactics Free Zone, go ahead and do that. Like, super good newsletter that he has, that he's doing. And one of the things, so his excerpt from that was, for Houston, he ranked them as 10th. And he said, look, they've done a good job settling into a low block and counter game model over the past month, which has righted a ship that looked like it was sinking at the start of April. Not going to win any trophies that way. Interesting. But they won't be an easy out. So two things I pick up from that. Okay, Prof. Alex. Two things I pick out from that. One is, clearly we're going to see a low block and counter game. It seems that way, right? But number two, he doesn't think that you can win a trophy that way, which is interesting, because that's kind of where the Galaxy are at the moment, is kind of like at least a defensive and counter, hit teams on the break quickly, get up the, hit, be more direct, right? Whether it's big switches, diagonals, etc. So I think I think someone mentioned it in the chat earlier, but I'm gonna bring this up now. And this chat, this is for you guys to noodle on as well. But I'm gonna ask Rob, which is like, do you think that, well, number one, do you think that Houston's low block, like Greg's gonna face a low block, do you think that's going to help or hurt the Galaxy's chances of getting 3 points? And do we think Greg will stick to the blueprint? Or do you think that he'll get suckered into having more of the ball? Okay.
I just answered all of them. Like we already know that Greg is going to be at home. We know that Greg has a sound, man. It's like like for as much as we see what's in front of us, that the Galaxy do play better when they're in transition and stuff like that. I just don't think that's his way, man. Like he'll play like that when he has to, but like if it's at home and like there's a 50-50 chance of getting, like, no, he's gonna stick to the game plan. That's just I hope I'm wrong. Like, and if I'm wrong, like I'll be like, you know what? Props to him. But no, I don't think I'm going to be, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think I want to say Josh asked him a question today in media availability, and I think Greg sort of described it as it's a bit of a mixture. I think Josh's question was more about, are they more of a defensive team? I think Greg is trying to say, again, this is just his observation, but just trying to be a mixture of it. So it'll be interesting, like because Houston plays in a back three. We'll bring up their lineup in a second. Low block and counter. I think that's going to be a real key to this game, is like, how does Greg approach that? Like, will they get suckered in, get hit on the break, or will the Galaxy be more pragmatic and do what's been giving them success over the past 5?
Well, you brought up the lineup, so you might as well just bring it on up. I gave you mine. Let's go with in the back. And for those audio listeners, shout out audio listeners, by the way. And if you are an audio only listener, man, we just don't show you enough love. So just shout out for always listening and stuff like that. But anyway, my predicted 11, obviously JT in the back. I have Ananda, I think you actually have it wrong here. I think I might have updated it and you didn't catch it. But anyway, I'll go ahead and give you guys my starting 11. JT in the back, and then you have Glesnes and Hack as a center back pairing. You have Cuevas and Nelson as the backs, Cerrillo and Winder and Sanabria in the midfield, and then Peck, Royce, and JP up front.
So yours is very similar to mine, just Cuevas on the right-hand side. So yeah, and I agree with that. I think, I mean, I was actually going to say, like, let's just go with the same lineup that we went with in Seattle, right? Like, why change it? I mean, you've got
the only reason I went with Cuevas, dog, is because Arriola gave Yamane a time.
He did, but Cuevas honestly is arguably a worse defender than Yamane, in my opinion. I think Yamane is more experienced, especially when you're going to have wingbacks coming at you. Like, I think Yamane knows when to push up and when to push back. I think he's been an underutilized player. I think I would like to see him get back to his best and just technically secure on the ball. But like I said, just better defensively, in my opinion. And then, yeah, but I honestly was going to go with the same lineup as we did in Seattle. It's like, why rest? I mean, you're going to have such a long break after this. I guess the only thing is we did Sanabria over Tommy. Any reason why you wanted to see it, or
I'm sorry,
or they're interchangeable? Sanabria for Tommy, because so Tommy started in number 10 at Seattle.
There's going to be a little midfield battle there. They're going to want that bite from Sanabria, and then once they are able to come at Houston with those tired legs, then you have Sir Eric come in. But check out this comment from Big B out there. Brandon, shout out, dog. Painso wasn't at open training on Tuesday. Gonna play a friendly against Mexico tomorrow. I think Painso won't play Saturday. Yeah, that makes sense. If he
is he on that team? Is he on that squad for Ghana against Mexico?
I don't know. We're gonna have to fact check that. But Brandon says that he wasn't at open training on Tuesday, which is quite significant. I would like to find out from Damien or from somebody that was at training today if he was at training today. So
right,
yeah, we'll have to check in with Damien. XPH coming in with the super chat. Muchas gracias to you, sir. It says, hey, Rob, hey, Ananda. To what do you guys attribute the constant injuries? When Kudus put the roster together, he said availability was a huge factor signing players. Bad luck. demanding Vanny ball, bad refs, something else. See, XPH, these players need a limpia. No, I'm just playing. No, I think it's a combination of all of the above. I mean, bad luck. I mean, we saw that the Galaxy have been experiencing some super bad luck with injuries. I mean, one
Training
guy
injuries,
gets
right?
yeah, and one guy comes back and two more get injured. I mean, like I said, I feel like it's a combination of all of the above. I'm kind of loath to be that guy that blames the physios, especially because I see the physios out there all the time, like working so hard and like
Yeah.
showing so much love to the players. So I don't think it's that. Um, I mean, the grind of the early season, perhaps. I mean, they were playing a bunch of games.
I think CCC is really like, especially since 2024. Like, I feel like 2024 was just such a deep team, and then when you took those pieces out, man, especially like going into CCC with brand new players, having to play the young kids as well. I mean, good experience for them, but yeah, that travel is real, man. Like going across time zones, playing in hot, humid weather, like in Central America or Jamaica, etc. Man, it's a lot. It's a lot.
It is a lot. You know what else is a lot? Is this cat Jack McGlynn, dog? I mean, somebody in chat was talking about how he might be the best U22 player out there, not named Luna. Yeah, he just might be. I mean, let's look at this Houston attack. Guillem Augusta, 7 goals and 4 assists. I mean,
Good player.
yeah, producing. That's what they signed him for, right? Back from Cruz Azul and Liga MX, Mateus Bogus, former LAFC player at the right wing, 2 goals and 1 assist. I mean, yes, Augusto has the stats right now, but Bogus is a dangerous player, man. Like he's when he gets going, right? And then you got Lawrence and Ali right there on in the midfield as well, 3 goals and 2 assists. So they do have players that are dangerous all across the field. They do have a very adept back three. Ananda, honestly, I think this is a me and my segues, but I think this is a good moment to say for the Galaxy to win this match, they have to ... exploit Jonathan Bond, take shots from deep, like rough him up on corners. Like we know what kind of keeper he is. No shade to him. Like great guy to interview, and when he was here, just like very nice guy. But he was on the team that conceded 67 goals. So exploit that. Take shots, man. Like go ahead and test him early, often. Go ahead and take shots that you wouldn't normally take, because the more shots you take, the odds are that he will mess up on one. So anyway, that's my fill in the blank.
Yeah, and you hope to see that, especially for the Galaxy being at home, starting off in the front foot, Star Wars night. It's the last match before the World Cup break. So you hope to see that intent, especially in the first, from the off, right, from the jump, and the Galaxy being on the front foot. I think for me that this one's pretty easy, and we've talked about it as a theme, and I'm so glad Lex came in here last time and brought this word up to us, because it's such a succinct way of saying this. But I think the Galaxy just need to stick to the blueprint, man. And the blueprint that's been working is playing a little bit more pragmatic, playing sticking to your strengths, and like I argued the last couple shows, which is the strength of this Galaxy team from the off, like from the transfer window, was to be a really solid defensive team. Like we've plugged those defensive gaps with players like Jakob Glesnes and Justin Hack. So you build from that foundation, and then you figure out the offense later. And maybe this is as good as time as any to kind of bring this point up, Baba. But, as I was kind of reflecting and thinking about like Mikel Arteta's journey with Arsenal and Greg Vanney, when Arteta started with that team 6 years ago, Baba, he played a back three. He looked at that team and was like, I the type of ball that I want to play, this ain't happening. I'm going to play with a back three. Kieran Tierney at left center back. I'm going to pump balls over the top to Aubameyang and let him cook, right? And I think sometimes as a head coach, I think that's an underrated skill that I think a lot of really, really good head coaches enact, which is being practical when you need to and finding sort of what is the best chance of me succeeding, what is the best chance for this team to succeed. I mean, in that first year, Arsenal won the FA Cup. And to be honest, in those 6 years after, Arteta's played a season like 22 or 23 where they were one of the best offensive teams in the league, but that didn't win them trophies, right? And you look at Vanney and you say, well, 24, he had the best offensive team in the league, but now that team's no longer there. The chess pieces are different. So what do you do to put your team in the best chances of winning the game? In the last 5, at least in this year, this version of the Galaxy, Sophie calls it what, Galaxy 2.0 or something like that. This version of the Galaxy, at least without Joao Klaus right now on the team, you've got 2 really, really fast wingers and a really good foundational base of defense. And that's how you got to win games right now. And then over time, maybe when you start seeing those chess pieces come in, maybe when Will Kuntz makes 1 or 2 more signings, technically gifted players that can keep the ball, keep possession, and play the way you want to play, then you integrate those parts in. But for right now, the Galaxy are what they are, which is, at least right now, a low possession team that hit teams on the break.
Yeah, man. The trick is whether they can accept that they're that. Anyway,
the trick is whether Greg can, and whether Greg can adapt right to this team, and
yes,
that's
true.
That's a big question, and that'll help answer your consistency question over time as well.
Yes, you're absolutely right. Can Greg accept it? I think, again, we all see the data. We see that when they play like that, they win. So anyway, but approaching this match, Ananda, I know that you and Dr. Raquinho were on the hunt for the world's best guacamole dip, and you guys went all the way to Santa Fe, New Mexico to find the heralded recipe. While you guys were on your road trip, I heard that you guys were working on win probabilities. Can you share those, please?
Absolutely. They are on the screen right now. The Galaxy have a 49% chance of getting 3 points at home as the home team in Houston. Not bad for the road team, actually, Rob, 27.2%. So at least the odds are a little bit in the favor of the road team. A couple of insights here, or a couple of historical notes as you guys are putting your predictions in chat. So go ahead and put in your score predictions now, guys and gals. Guys, the LA Galaxy have only won one of their last 5 home games against Houston Dynamo. Interesting. The LA Galaxy also have won their last 2 games when Gabriel Peck scored. So we hope the magician, the Brazilian, gets on the score sheet.
God's favorite, dog. God's favorite. All right, guys. Well, if they do win, that gets the Galaxy all 3 points, obviously, and that's 10 points in May. So, guys, at 1.5 points per game, is that enough? Ananda, do you have that graphic, sir? Do you have that schedule?
The schedule? Yes, sir.
The schedule, sir. The schedule. Yeah, the schedule right here is showing the lone remaining match, which is Houston, and obviously reading it back to you in case you guys need a reminder. LA Galaxy won, Vancouver won at the Digs. Then, and mind you, they were 4 minutes away from taking all 3 points off a very good Vancouver teams. Then they go to Atlanta and pick up 3 points on the road. They drop that stinker to Kansas City. They surprised everybody, including themselves and Galaxy fans, with that 2-0 away in Seattle. And now they head into Houston on that high, and hopefully they can get it. But like I said, they get those 3 points. That's 10 points. Ananda, for you, is that enough? 1.5 points per game, 10 points in May. Happy with that?
Yeah. That would, I think when we did this prediction before the month of May, I said that 10 points would be considered a success because I thought we were going to win the 2 home games and then pick up like 4 to 6 points on the road. SKC, I thought was going to be win, in Atlanta. Those are my 6. So we're thereabouts. So yeah, but we got to get this win. 3 points at home, right?
All right. Well, chat, you know what to do. It's time for the predictions. Start dropping them there. Let us know what you think is going to happen in this match between the LA Galaxy and Houston Dynamo. And Primo Marvin was talking about earlier, man. Houston is one of the Galaxy's bogey teams. Bad stuff happens against Houston. It doesn't even matter if you're in Houston. Just
It's chippy too.
Yeah, it does get chippy, man. It does get chippy. And so, chat, let us know what you think this game is going to end up at. If the Galaxy get the win, if Houston gets the win, what the score is going to be. And if you want, go ahead and throw us some goal scorers as well. But we do have a super chat from Tom, muchas gracias, Tom. He says, if Houston sits in and counters like we did in Seattle, it will be fascinating to see how it plays out and who bends first. Ooh, I mean, Tom, that's basically what we were talking about earlier, right? Like,
attrition.
Does Houston sitting back in that low block kind of like sucker Greg into trying to play his possession style, like, or are both teams going to be like, nah, have the ball, son, like you take it, no, you take it? Like, I mean, at that point, like, you're right, it's going to be really interesting to see what shakes from that. You would hope that the Galaxy cede possession based off everything that we've talked about and everything that we've seen, but again, that's the big question here, right, Ananda?
Yeah, no, absolutely. But yeah, let's get to some of these predictions, Rob, and then we'll give ours. So Sir Dave 72, 2-1 Galaxy. Tom says, I'm thinking this one might finish 0-0. Interesting. Nightmare, a thrilling 0-0. TM says 3-1 Galaxy. Brandon says 2-1 win. Peck and Royce score first, which is a good omen for the Galaxy, as we've seen. And then Guillermo gets one back for Houston, becomes a nasty game. Yeah, it could be. Yeah. And then Tom says 0-0. So the 0-0s are interesting. I can't see a 0-0. I think there are going to be goals in this game, but I think it is going to be low scoring. So, well, since I'm talking about it, I don't mind going first. It's going to be one of our very last score predictions, at least before the World Cup break. So,
and it went first last time, so it makes sense.
Let's roll the tape on that, chat. Let's roll the tape on that. But anyways, I
come on, you're a champion. Be gracious.
I think this is like the chatter in the chat about like the counterattack versus counterattack. Does Greg get suckered into it? I think that's going to be a huge key to this game. But I just think I think I do predict a Galaxy win, but I think Greg will. It's not that he will get suckered in, but I think he'll have enough fail safes built in his game plan for us to get countered. So what I mean by that is at SKC, I think we just completely underestimated the speed and athleticism of SKC, especially on the break. And we only played with one DM, and that was Cirillo, and he had a howler of a game. And we basically played more of in a 4-1-4-1. But I think if Greg goes with the two DMs sitting there in front of Hawk and Glesnes, who, by the way, we haven't given them enough praise on the show. Their defense, marshaling the back four was outstanding in Seattle. They literally just mopped everything up, clearances, big aerial presence. And so I think if they, if the front two, or sorry, the two DMs protect their back four, Hawk and Glesnes be solid like they are, and then Rob, offensively, we start seeing those diagonals again, because Houston plays a back three. So the space in a back three is always between the outside center back and the wing back as the wing back pushes up. So the more diagonals we see and the more that JP and Peck go 1v1 against center backs, that's what you want to see. And then guys like Sanabria and Royce threading the needle, and Sanabria going through and creating those overloads in the box in zone 14, which is what the
runners as well.
Yeah. So I think that's going to be that's going to be like the chess match we're going to see in the first half, like the war of attrition, what will play out. But I think the Galaxy will come through, and I think they are going to, it'll be super razor thin though. And it'll be nervy. It'll be a nervy 2-1 at the end.
First off, thanks, Potter. We appreciate you being here with us, man. Pottermus changed his name, Ananda. Did you see?
I just noticed that. Shout out, Potter.
Did you see? That's awesome. Man. Happy days are here again.
After this game, he'll put it back. Anyways, no, I don't want to throw that juju out there. It would be so like
man,
the Galaxy,
don't put that evil out there.
It'd be so like the Galaxy.
And then I could be like, inconsistent much. And then Greg would scoff at me again. But anyway,
are you feeling
time for my prediction?
Though? Yeah, are you feeling more optimistic about this?
I am actually. I am actually. I do think two things can be true, just like you said last show. I think that the results have been consistent, but the form has been steadily improving and becoming more consistent. And so I think that form will continue to improve as well and get even better. They'll be at home. It's the last one, Star Wars night. All the doggies are going to be there. I think they're going to get 3 points, mate, and I think they're going to get 3 points convincingly. I think it's going to be a good performance from Greg. I mean, like I said, the performances have slowly, incrementally been getting better, and I think they're going to show us a great performance. And the only bad thing about it is that now it's 2 months off.
Yeah. So what are you thinking? 2-0, 3-0? That convincing?
I'm thinking a 3-1, 2-0.
Okay. Plus 2 goal difference.
That shutout, that next shutout would be huge.
Yeah, like Joe 13 says, he's pitching a shutout, 3-0 Galaxy, Peck and JP score. We hold the line more aggressive, and it works. Reminiscent of Charlotte in the first week of the season. Yeah, that's the performance that I would love to see, and this is what we're talking about with like performances versus results. Like, we would love to see both, and if we give a performance and the other team is just better, like if Jack McGlynn scores another 2 or 3 screamers with his left foot because he's got a wand of a left foot, if that happens, but the Galaxy put in a good performance, you put your hands in the air and you say, "Hey, well done, right? Well done, like, the opposition."
Like, hey, we
haven't seen that enough from the Galaxy. Yeah,
like, hey, we executed. Just we got beat by a good team. So anyway, well, that's what we have for y'all today. The Galaxy do play Houston on Saturday, May 23rd at the Digs, which is what we've been talking to your guys' ears off about this match preview. We're both calling Galaxy victories, and Nanda is calling a razor thin one. I'm calling a convincing good performance by the Galaxy victory. We have all kinds of varying opinions in chat, but a lot of 0-0s, which is interesting. And
makes sense because this seems so hard to read. Like Brandon says, it seems so hard to predict. Yeah, absolutely true. And I think because they're so hard to predict, that would make them inconsistent. Is that how you use that word, Ananda? I'm not quite sure. No sé. Maybe it's because English is my second language, but I'm gonna have to go to Mr. Webster and check on that. But anyway, that's all we have for you guys today. On Monday, May 25th, we'll bring you our match reaction to the Galaxy's match against Houston, their last match before the World Cup break. And then on Thursday, we have something for you as well. Most likely our progress report from the first half of the season. Hopefully you can join us on Thursday as well, which will be the 28th, just before the World Cup starts, guys. And we'll have some more notes and news on what that means for Lacuna during the World Cup. And I think that's it for me. Ananda, anything else to add before we get on there? I just want to say thank you again to everyone joining us in chat. We love y'all. By the way, this is a 3-day weekend coming up, so enjoy Memorial Days. We'll see you next Monday, hopefully after a Galaxy win. Tom says vamos Ecuador, Rob. So there you go. And yeah, I mean, we love y'all. We really appreciate you guys sticking around and joining us. And hopefully we see a Galaxy win. Hopefully you guys are in the stadium enjoying Star Wars night. If you do see us, come say hi, say what up. We have some stickers, of course, for you guys. And yeah, can't wait to see y'all in the stadium. But enjoy your evenings. Y vamos Galaxy.
Yes, vamos Galaxy indeed. I did get a message during the show, Ananda. I believe our South Central G's, our friends out there, are going to be doing something pregame as well. So if you know any of those South Central G's, go ahead and look them up. IEGs, as usual, will be in Lot 13 doing their thing, and look out for the tailgates. Since it is the last Galaxy game of the season, not or the half of the season, rather. Right. Make sure to get out there with your Galaxy community and have some fun. This is the last home game in a little bit, and 2 months is not a long time in the grand scheme of things, but when you miss something, 2 months is a long time. So make sure to get out there, support your team, have a good time with your Galaxy family, and like Ananda said, if you see us, come say hi. We'll be at the stairs as usual for halftime. Come get a sticker. Come say hi. Come get a hug. And hopefully the Galaxy get 3 points. I think that's all there is left to say.
Galaxy gets 3 points, and as the one and only says, puro party, man. Vamos.
Puro pinche party. Vamos. All right. Only one thing left to say. Ready?
Dale.
Jesus.
Queremos, cuneros.